Thanks for joining me for Tea and Poetry. I'm just so glad to be taking this break and so glad that you could join me. It's been a little hectic these last few weeks. We've been really busy. Our spring season has started, and so we're busy. But I'm glad to take a break, and I'm really glad to be reading this poem by Robert Pinsky. It's called Shirt. I'll talk about it afterwards, but I think right now I'll just read it. The back, the yoke, the yardage, lapped seams, the nearly invisible stitches along the collar, turned in a sweatshop by Koreans or Malaysians, gossiping over tea and noodles on their break, or talking money or politics while one fitted this arm piece with its overseam to the band. A cuff I button at my wrist. The presser, the cutter, the wringer, the mangle, the needle, the union, the treadle, the bobbin, the code, the infamous blaze. At the Triangle Factory in 1911, 146 died in the flames on the 9th floor. No hydrants, no fire escapes. The witness in a building across the street who watched how a young man helped a girl to step up to the windowsill, then held her out, away from the masonry wall, and let her drop, and then another, as if he were helping them up to enter a streetcar and not eternity. A third, before he dropped her, put her arms around his neck and kissed him. Then he held her into space and dropped her. Almost at once, he stepped to the sill himself. His jacket flared and fluttered up from his shirt as he came down, air filling up the legs of his gray trousers. Like Hart Crane's bedlamite, shrill shirt ballooning. Wonderful how the pattern matches perfectly across the placket and over the twin bar-tacked corners of both pockets, like a strict rhyme or a major chord. Prints, plaids, checks, houndstooth, tattersall, madras, the clan tartans, invented by mill owners inspired by the hoax of Ossian to control their savage Scottish workers, tamed by a fabricated heraldry, MacGregor, Bailey, McMartin. The kilt devised for workers to wear among the clattering, dusty looms, weavers, carders, spinners, the loader, the docker, the navy, the planter, the picker, the sorter, sweating at her machine in a litter of cotton, as slaves in calico headrags sweated in fields. George Herbert, your descendant, is a black lady in South Carolina. Her name is Irma, and she inspected my shirt. Its color and fit and feel and its clean smell have satisfied both her and me. We have culled its cost and quality down to the buttons of simulated bone, the buttonholes, the sizing, the facing, the characters, printed in black on neckband and tail, the shape, the labor, the label, the color, the shade, the shirt. I love how he celebrates these workers and their history and reminds us about these things that we take for granted, the sacrifice that others make to give us these things. It's a thoughtful kind of poem, and given that especially because we just had this anniversary of the Triangle Shirtwaist Fire last week, I thought it would be a good poem to read today. I'll be back next week with more tea and poetry. I'm going to go back to work and finish my tea. Please send me your poems if you'd like me to read them. I'm always happy to do that. Have a good good day. And